quick abdominal strengthening and toning sequence. Join me on your mat on all fours. Find the wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Let's do a couple of rounds of cat-cow to warm ourselves up and get started. Tucking the toes under, we're going to let the belly fall. Sit bones up towards the ceiling. We're going to pull the chest through, looking all the way up, lifting the chin to the ceiling, keeping the teeth together, opening up the throat. Just feeling some compression through the discs of the spine as you're breathing into the shape. And then we're going to flip it. We're going to tuck the tailbone under. We're going to pull the belly button to the spine. Tuck the chin to the chest. And you're going to puff the area between the shoulder blades right at the back of the heart up to the ceiling, coming into our angry cat. Hold the shape, lots of space between the discs of the spine. Breathing. This time, exhale. Inhale, we're going to flip it, looking all the way up. Exhale, around. Moving with breath now. Inhale up. Exhale, rounding. Don't be afraid to bend into those elbows, getting into the joints, moving through the shoulders. Couple more rounds here, just releasing that synovial fluid. Last one, we're going to hold here, and then we're going to come back to our neutral spine. Pull the shoulders away from the earlobes. We're going to untuck the toes, and then from here we're going to extend right leg straight back behind us, like you're pressing into the wall. The hip bones down, toes are flexed down. Holding here nice and strong. If it feels okay for you, lifting that left hand up, palm facing center, reaching out but pulling the head of the shoulder bone back and down. Staying strong here, engaging through our core, through those abdominal muscles, staying with breath. If you want, you can make this a little bit more challenging, taking the hand on the leg on a 45-degree angle, holding, staying really connected to the body, connected to the breath. Come back in through center. This time we're going to bring the elbow and the knee to touch, curling the forehead down, and then you're going to extend out. Touching and extending. Touching and extending. One more, and extend. Bring that hand out. Keep the feet down so the tops of the feet are on the mat. We're going to inhale up, cow. Exhale, round cat. Just finding some movement between the two. One more round. Pausing here, coming back to our neutral spine. Let's just curl, look over at the right ankle as we sit those hips over to the left. And then circle back, looking over towards the left ankle, sending the hips over towards the right. One more time, take over to the other side, making that C shape with your spine. This time, just look over the opposite shoulder. And then come back, center, take it over to the other side, looking over at the left ankle, and then we're going to look over the opposite shoulder to the right. Come back through center, and then let's take it over to the other side now, extending left leg. Left hip bone down, square to the mat, pressing into the ground, engaging, maybe floating that right arm up, but hugging the head of the shoulder right back into the socket. Holding strong, making sure that leg is nice and high, belly turned on, and if you wish, taking it on that 45-degree. Holding here. Make sure you're lengthening out, staying connected to your breath. Come back through center, tap elbow and knee, round, extend, round, extend. This is great for anybody that suffers from lower back pain. One more time, holding out and then floating down. Okay, let's tuck those toes under. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Neutral spine. Untuck the toes. We're going to pick up the left hand. We're going to slide it palm facing up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to come to rest down, getting that rotation through the spine. Let's take our opposite hand, our right hand, extend it straight out, reaching, just feeling that beautiful stretch upper back, breathing into it. Pressing that palm down. Hand slides back under the shoulder. Press. Drag yourself back up. This time picking up the right hand, coming over to the left. Placing that ear down on the mat. Staying here or extending the arm. Breathing deeply. Think about that left shoulder coming closer towards your mat as you press that hand down to the ground. Slide left hand back under the shoulder. Drag your right arm back. And then we're going to come to lie on our back. Flipping all the way over. Come to lie all the way down. And you're just going to take a moment and press that lower back down into the mat. So connect with the sensation of bringing the rib cage down onto the hip bones. So that space between the ribs and the top of the hip bones are shortening. You're lifting through the pelvic floor. And we're going to bring our feet up, knees over top of the hips. So we don't want them too close in or too far out, just finding that perfect center spot. You're going to flex the toes up towards the ceiling, and you can keep your hands on your belly as a reminder to keep that space down in the lower back. We're going to slowly start by tapping our right heel down, and then we're going to squeeze and pull up. We're going to tap left heel down, squeeze and up. The entire time, lower back is pressing into the mat. Abdominal muscles are engaged. Pelvic floor is turned on. I exhale, foot down. Inhale, squeeze it up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And you'll notice as I come up, my knee's not coming too far in. I'm just coming back to my starting position. So this is our dead bug. And if you want to add a little bit more into it, you're going to start to extend the opposite arm. Keep breathing. Stay connected. Checking in versus checking out. Staying connected to the body. Use the breath. Okay, from here we're going to hug, knees in. We're going to take the forehead to the knees, squeeze, and now we're going to move into a hollow body. So we're going to extend the legs straight out in front of us, keeping our arms at the side, making a scoop through center. Hold, and then we're going to bring the forehead to the knees, squeeze and tight, extend out, hollow body. Looking down at those toes, knees in, forehead to knees, extending the arms and legs out, squeeze it in, extend it out. This time we're going to hold it. You're going to move the hands up and down. Keep breathing, keep the exhale going. For 3, for 2, and 1. Take those knees in, lower the head to the ground. Let's take the arms out to the side. Keep the knees in tight to the body, and you're going to drop those knees over towards your right elbow. If it feels good for you, you can place your hand on top of your thighs and keep that arm extended. You're going to shimmy your shoulders, pick up your head, and look over opposite way. Nice deep breaths, right into belly button center. Bring the head back up, tone through the belly, squeezing the knees together. Bring the knees into center and then dropping them over other side. Keeping them together, keeping them nice and tight. Reach the arm out, picking the head up, looking over to the other side. Again, hand can rest on top of the thighs or be plugged down to the ground. Deep clearing breaths in and all the way back out. Eyeballs up to the sky. We're going to squeeze those knees together, bring them up. Exhale, this time the knees are going to come down. Ankles are going to stay up. We're going to inhale up. Exhale, drop them down. This is our kayaking. Knees squeezing center line. Ankles up, knees come down. Little bit of dipping side to side. Staying strong, trying to keep those knees as close to your elbows as possible. Head, neck, and shoulders are anchored. They're not moving, just the body here. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. Last one here. Bringing it all the way back up, knees over hips, toes flex. This time hands are going to rest on our thighs. We're going to have a little resistance here. Our hands are going to press into our thighs. Our thighs are going to press into the hands, the two resisting each other, trying to win out. Lower back pressing down to the ground, pelvic floor turned on, chin to chest. Look down at those thighs, keep pressing hands into thighs, thighs into hands. Body should be shaking. Just embrace the shake here. Little tug of war happening. I guess push a war. Keep holding for 3, for 2, and 1. We're going to extend those legs up. We're going to take the arms out in a T. You're going to slowly drop right heel down. Let it hover on the ground. Squeeze, bring it up. Left leg's going to extend. Hover. All the way up. Right heel down, hover, squeeze and bring it up. Okay, you can continue like this, or if you would like, you can do double. Legs come down, squeeze, bring them up. Lowering, hover, squeeze, all the way up. Make sure you're breathing, exhales down, inhales up. Let's do this for 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Hold, squeeze, bring it up. Bend the knees. Hands are going to come behind the head. This is our last little bit. We're going to curl up, bringing that rib cage down onto the hips, lower back pressing into the ground. Keep those elbows wide. We're going to lift the shoulder blades off the ground. You're going to cross your right elbow to the outside of your left leg. You're going to extend that right leg out. You're going to come back through center and then switch sides. Inhale, center. Exhale, release that air. Don't be afraid to blow the air out through the mouth. Nice and strong here. Slow and controlled, our yoga bicycle. You got it. Keep it going. Embrace the sensation. Embrace getting strong through that core. This is our power center, solar plexus, our willpower, our sense of self-worth. Tapping into it here and now. Manipura. You got it. Keep firing it up. We're almost done. 2 and 1. Lower it down. Take those knees into the chest. Slide them to the outside of the rib cage. Reach down, grab the inside arches of your feet. Flex the feet up to the ceiling, toes pulling back. Happy baby pose. Driving those knees down to the ground, keeping your sacrum down. Chin into chest, nice long flat back. From here, extend the legs. Bring the legs down to the floor. We're going to set up for our bridge pose, just stretching out the abdominal muscles now. Walking the heels close into the bum. You're going to reach down and see if you can tickle the back of the heels. From here, press the feet into the ground. Start to lift the hips up. Tuck the shoulder blades under. Extend the arms, interlocking the fingers. Press the hands down into the ground. Press your feet into the ground and lift those hips up a little bit higher, bringing that chest towards your chin. Holding here with breath. See if you can take this out of the bum cheeks and press into the legs a little bit more, keeping the bum nice and soft. Belly button rising and falling, knees staying parallel, not falling out or collapsing in. Couple more breaths. And release the hands. Very slowly curl that spine all the way down. Let's take a couple of arches, tilting the pelvis, lifting that lower back off the ground, and then bringing the lower back down onto the mat. Come back into a neutral spine. Take your hands to your thigh flesh. You're going to lock out those arms. Take the chin to the chest. Create a little bit of tractioning, a little bit of space in the low back. And then release. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall out to the side. Arms can rest beside you, palms facing up, or you can take those arms overhead. I'm going to leave you here today. Stay here as long as you want. Breathing into your strong core. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.